get it?
Aww.
So many FlashLux fans tonight coming to support.
What, the three of them? Oh, dear.
Well, you ever imagine, you know, wind power is like a new and growing thing, right? You look at the windmill.
You start a sentence with wind power is a new and growing thing. You know something weird's about to be said.
Well, I mean, did you ever notice on this map the windmills that are supposed to be generating power also have the solar panels on them? I mean, you're really killing two birds with one stone with that windmill.
That's just ultra generation, man. It's efficiency. That's power generation efficiency. I like it. Helios knows what's up.
Stand back, Cold Fusion, man. We got solar-powered wind coming in now.
Exactly right. Well, Vale's actually starting things off on the Widowmaker here, which is exciting. Still 2-2-2 composition, but able to land his first bullet.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to try to kind of blind counter this Pharaoh play, but we'll switch immediately back to the Tracer. So there's going to be pharmacies on both sides.
Yeah.
Fleta more known for his Pharaoh play than Pine, but I think Pine definitely the more accurate player. What we've seen so far.
Pine, one of these players, fantastic on any sort of hit scan, but also his Pharaoh was demonstrated to be very good, as you see. Got a lot of damage on the modem before Saebyeolbe was able to take him out. We've actually lost the entire front line already on the side of FlashLux. LW Blue really taking some control.
Yeah, well, neither of the Pharaohs are going to fight each other. If you get the first kill on the ground, then you allow Saebyeolbe to clean everything else up. And even if Saebyeolbe can't kill, in this case Fleta, he can kill everyone else who's on the ground once the support is gone. And even Gambler going to provide some extra healing up here. He's just hanging on top of this lighthouse.
Yep, just chilling out. Not a whole lot of pressure on LW Blue right now as they tick it over to about 25%. The Pharaohs still just trying to shoot each other. Pine gives up on that one, just wants to get some damage down from afar.
Gambler is just up on the high ground here, man. He's doing everything he can in terms of heal and DPS in really good position.
Yeah, I like it. Actually, gets the boop, doesn't actually get Unis off the edge. Wants to get that position as Fleta's going to take down Gambler. This is a good news story, but there's Saebyeolbe and Pine both able to get some work done. Mako is going to fall.
Kisu uses the res here immediately as well. Vale does get the kill on the Mako. Pine is just still left to his own devices here. No one to stop him. Nearly gets the kill on Kisu, but it's going to be Saebyeolbe who does it anyways. This is what I'm talking about. He gets the pick on the ground, just one, and Saebyeolbe does the rest.
Yeah, Rocket Barrage available here as well. There's no defense matrix left, no barrier either, so Pine could definitely do some work. Nobody's on the point. They don't have the pressure, and he's just going to hold on to that ultimate.
Yep.
When he needs it.
You know, getting the first cap is so important on this map because you get to just kind of simply sit back, and they're almost going to have 6 ults already. Even if FlashLux commits everything and retakes, they'll have those ults to retake themselves. The res is going to be really important that Luna is going to have, that Kisu will not for this upcoming fight.
Whoa, Fleta finds a monkey walking out of the house. Going to be able to get himself out of there. He's hunting for a Tracer, but a little bit too slippery. Pine takes one to the face.
We saw actually Gambler get the boop kill onto D.Va earlier too off screen. It's just been really annoying up there. Okay, so Bilby just holding on to this pulse bomb. As you can see, this is a tag team with the Pharaoh plus the Tracer. The Pharaoh weakens everybody and the Tracer finishes them off.
Rocket Barrage does come down, but it's a good defense matrix. Still able to take down Kisu though. Fleta falls at the same time, actually just before. We're in overtime. It's looking like LW Blue should be able to make this one work. Sound barrier goes down just to secure this point.
And Kisu has a res, but it's not going to be important anymore. They've got a few ults. They're going to have to commit to them here if they want to retake. Pine already getting the pick on the Vale, though. This is a problem.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb's still here, and Saebyeolbe's just free to do so much damage. Takes down Unis, and that looked so easy for our first round in Ilios. Well, going over to LW Blue, 100% to 0.
Just seeing the damage coming out there from Saebyeolbe on the ground with the Pharaoh pairing with Pine. Pine gets everyone down super low, and you can tell there's clear communication. Pine is calling out which heroes on the ground have taken significant damage and exactly where they are. So you see then Saebyeolbe runs in and finishes off the kills. That's why even though we're seeing massive damage from Pine's perspective on the camera, on the kill feed you're seeing Saebyeolbe popping up because he's going and finishing off those targets. The res not being there in time for FlashLux was the big issue there at the end for overtime, and you saw the res came out early on the side of LW, so they got that off. Luna did pop it, and that secured them that first point. As we now go on to Ruins.
Yeah. So it may not actually see Lighthouse, which is a little bit sad if LW Blue continue their onslaught, but we will see. FlashLux, can they get the work done as Pine on his Widowmaker? This is what we're talking about. Able to land some body shots, but otherwise not finding the targets that he really wants.
Yeah, the extra threat, though, forces a retreat here on the Modern even. He's so low.
Yeah. Oh, looking for that headshot, but doesn't find Unis. Just gets a body one, as you can see. Still creating so much pressure, and he's unanswered on the back. Vale still doing what he can as well on his Widowmaker. But there it is. Pine is going to win that battle, and Weeso actually takes a bunch of damage with the uncharged shot.
Luna actually has an EMP available as well. We haven't really been talking too much about the Sombra, but a lot of harassment has been going on at the same time. So much frustrating pressure. The backline pressure coming out from the Sombra, the Widowmaker, so you don't want to retreat too far into the point to give him the first cap here.
Yeah, Weeso also got staggered at the end of that one, so it's a pretty easy 25% to gather first up here for LW Blue as FlashLux regroup. And
Fleta wasn't able to even touch Pine throughout that entire exchange.
Oh, God. There's another one. Saebyeolbe getting some harassment onto Vale. This is what happens when you've got, you know, the Pocket Tracer with your Widowmaker able to stop this Widowmaker battle from being a thing. Pine now actually looking for his opposite number there in Vale.
Still completely uncontested by Fleta. Fleta's just been blocked out by Janus, you know, by Meko, unable to get anywhere nearby.
But we know that Fleta wants to be playing the Genji. He wants to be playing the Pharah. He's not necessarily the Tracer player. As in goes Luna. Big EMP, and Saebyeolbe's going to capitalize. Takes down Kisu. Luna also takes down Fleta at the same time. And look at this. The dive from LW Blue all over FlashLux.
This was almost a 3v6 that they just did with the EMP there. You know, blocking that Transcendence. Kisu unable to pop it. And it started off with just Saebyeolbe and Luna together, and they got several kills, almost 4, and then Meko came in to finish off the 4th there. So, I mean, they're just getting outclassed right now. Vale trying to do anything on this Widow, but it just doesn't feel like a proper pick. Rather see him on the Tracer, rather see Fleta on that Genji that we've seen all season long, despite lacking success. It feels like their strongest composition, Atlas.
All right, well, I actually thought that might have been a headshot, but it's actually Modern taking down Pine, so they do jump into that backline. Transcendence was used here from FlashLux. They're trying to get this cap on the point, but it's at 95%. Self-destruct kill comes out from LW Blue in response, as they do trade some supports. FlashLux still doing what they can with that sound barrier up, but it's only Luna that's fallen. LW Blue are going to be pushed off, but it's still overtime that they've managed to get. It's 100% now that FlashLux need to get to, and if they lose this point once, it could be very, very dangerous. Still so many ultimates available for FlashLux as well.
That's why it's
try and hold on.
That's why it's so important to take the first point, because you have the defender's advantage when, you know, FlashLux invades. You can just continue to manage getting those ticks up. So now all you need to do is build 6 ults.
Pulse Bomb gets a stick.
Nice bomb there.
Yeah, Janus is going to be taken down.
You know, Luna has also been focusing all of his hacks onto D.Va, so that's something I've been noticing a lot. He actually just wants to remove that defense matrix from the fight to allow Pine to do more, allow, you know, Saebyeolbe to do more. That's where we've seen the hack focus, and in the D.Va versus D.Va battle with no D-matrix, obviously Meko is going to win that one when the hack is down.
Well, you can see Meko just trying to get himself back towards this point. LW Blue charging up some ultimates, trying to get there. Pulse Bomb almost available, but there's Sound Barrier, and EMP is able to be used here. Gets it on a couple, and both of the supports are now going to get just railed down. Luna grabs both of the kills there. And FlashLux will now be in disarray. Weeso gets 1 kill, but it feels to me like LW Blue will be able to get this retake.
Seems that way. They're taking it now. There's the kill on Vale to lock it in, and that is going to be the double cap here. No one to contest.
Oh my goodness.
FlashLux
are just streaming in, and that's going to be overtime ticking down. LW Blue, pretty textbook 2-0 on control.
You know, it's unfortunate to say this, but this is the series we...
I get it.
All right. FlashLux fans waking up just a little bit, Wolf.
Vale, looks like he needs to wake up, man. Comparatively to the Saebyeolbe, it's just been unsuccessful. Comparative to Pine as well in the Widow. You can see the Saebyeolbe Vale comparison in terms of looking pumped and ready for the match. Definitely in Saebyeolbe's favor, as FlashLux will all be on attack first.
This is fun. We've got the 1-tank triple support composition coming out from LW Blue. We've seen this a lot on Hybrid, but mostly Hollywood has been the most successful.
This is where they've run it purely on Hollywood so far, but we'll see if the Hollywood format will work here as we go into King's Row. So this is the common setup here. You just have so much sustain healing. So the composition of normal dive that we're expecting to see from Flashlux usually can't break through, so we'll see if they can actually alter their composition. Going to start Veil once again on the Widowmaker. We'll see how long he sticks with it.
Yep, just the pot shot from the top. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. But that was handy. Certainly is something that has been looked for in the past. Can't quite find the sight lines that he's looking for just yet.
Knows the caution. He knows that possibly Flower would have been sniping for him as well, because there's no comp yet.
Yep. Well, he theoretically could. He's on another sniper. Just not going to be doing quite as much damage as the old Widowmaker.
Okay, Fleta coming into the back lines here. Playing so much Tracer today. Not his normal. He's been playing so much Genji all tournament long. We're on the backside here. Just not finding any harassment whatsoever. In fact, dodges that sleep dart at least.
Well, that's the main thing that it looks like, is that he's not doing anything, but it's just because there's 3 healers on top of these tanks. And that sort of long-range Tracer harass isn't going to get anything that's going to stick onto LW Blue. They need to find a way to break open this point.
Okay, this is one way. Yeah, this is the way you do it. You kill them in one shot, they can't heal.
Yeah. How do you stop healing? You kill them instantly. That's going to be it. So he's going to find Flower here as well. Decent corralling here by the D.Va.
We're looking for the pick here on the Flower. Oh, misses the shots, though.
Yeah, one of those flicks, but now has a decent position. Flower's able to get the kill onto Fleta, however, and that's going to be the self-destruct, not finding anyone. Double kill coming after the Ana. Flower having a fantastic debut so far, but the front line is falling down. The mech missing now on the side of LW Blue. Transcendence has to be used from Flashlight.
Yeah, we're going to see the Transcendence coming down. We'll see if the self-destruct gets committed to from Weeso, if they really want to make this push be it. I don't think that's going to be the case. They're going to back off. Saebyeolbe looking to stagger their spawns here, actually. All it takes is one little piece of momentum, and then you take an inch, you give an inch to LW, and they take a mile. Saebyeolbe also helping to respawn, or stagger the spawn of Weeso there, keeping him in baby D.Va form, as Veil makes the switch now to the McCree.
Wanting to have a little bit more flexibility how he's going to harass this point, but you just saw how incredibly sticky this triple support composition is. I mean, you get one pick, but it doesn't matter. There's supports everywhere. Everyone's getting healed. Everyone's getting all their health back up as Veil doesn't find the stun. The flashbang.
At least he survives.
That is true.
Okay, here we see the commitment to the Sound Bearer and the Primal Rage now. So, does Remac up here. No self-destruct this time. And it looks like this is going to be potentially another hold. They're trying to get around the backside here to get Luna. He does go ahead and pop down that Transcendence. Really well plays.
And did you see that as well? The front line was so incredibly low. Transcendence comes in. Everyone's back to full health. It's only Saebyeolbe that's getting headshotted by this McCree. Possibly an opportunity for Flashlux, but the Tracer mostly used for harass. The composition still works, and they're still holding on to this point for the moment.
Flower just showing us a great Ana so far, too. The biotic grenades, he's gotten several kills with them. The placement's been good. And it just feels like this triple support is too much for Flashlux to deal with. They can't get those one-shot kills. Veil on the Widow got one, but beyond that, the McCree wasn't enough. He does have the Deadeye available now. Looking to get that angle here.
Yeah, has a decent position, but throws it down now. There's
the
self-destruct. Grabs a double, actually, as Mako and Saebyeolbe both going to fall down. Fleta grabs Flower at the same time. Nicely done, and Flashlux should be able to cap this point here.
Looks like that's going to be all they needed to get that. The self-destruct being used as a delay tactic just pops him right out of the mech, along with those other 2 kills. Janus going to come back in with the Primal Rage, but he's too late. The cap is live, so a bit of a late Primal Rage there, man. Yeah, they all wanted to come and re-dive in on that point. Just does not happen now. So Flashlux with their first real edge in this series with the cap.
Only 2.5 minutes to get through this Streets phase, though. It was 30 seconds to go when they did finally manage to take that one down. But Veil, another Deadeye. Veil pops it immediately, or almost has an opportunity for Transcendence. Just keeping everyone healthy and no one going to fall to that ultimate. So good cancelling out. As now Flashlux, you can see, losing their health bars extraordinarily quickly. LW Blue just a tank moving forward. That's going to be the nano boost on Janus as well. Look at all the kills. Frontline all gone. Flashlux forced back.
Good accuracy there from Luna. You know, whenever you see the big Zenyatta kills, it's usually because every Zenyatta is really good at aiming, right? But when you have so much support and so much blocking there, the Nano Winston is going to give you the opportunity to just do free damage. And that's what we saw. Didn't have it with the Primal Rage, but as it turns out, didn't need that pairing. that we've seen so much already, especially with the rise of Winston towards the late part of this first group stage. Fled's going to look for the flank here onto Luna. Will he get it? Bladder Grenade immediately answers, though.
Good recall, gets himself all the way back out of there, but oh, Kisu, so much trouble, actually has to throw down the Transcendence to keep himself alive. Mako, in the meantime, is going to grab a kill. Pulse Bomb doesn't find a stick, but still gets the kill onto Gambler.
Kills himself, though.
Unfortunate, yeah, that's not great.
Okay, so Mega going to get desuited here. This is going to be a little bit of a push for FlashLux. Actually trying to do as much as he could there to Modern. Unsuccessful.
Yeah,
so
avoiding getting staggered too much as well by getting right into the fray.
Miko used his self-destruct immediately after the Transcendence because it can't out-heal that burst damage and place it correctly. Got the kill into Unis, but it looked like there just wasn't enough coordination to follow up after that. It was all on Fleta. You finally got that space to work with, got into the back line, and dropped that Pulse Bomb. Killed himself, but that's all they needed.
Janus needs to be very careful. Primal Rage just comes back up. He can use it now, but gonna get healed back up. Deadeye comes in, but it's not exactly how you want to be using it there, buddy, as he's gonna go down extraordinarily low. Mako is answered there by Fleta and then destroyed, but Janus, he comes in, gets the revenge.
Dropping the Primal Rage here as well, but several of his teammates are already dead, so uncharacteristic lack of coordination here for LW Blue as FlashLux look to complete this second checkpoint now. Very well done. You know, the Deadeye there looked silly at first, but it was actually Fleta to come in and save the day. And a little bit surprising that after those picks, Janus did pop that Primal Rage. The second one this game that he's done alone without his teammates.
Yeah, a little bit trigger happy on that Q button. But FlashLux pushing this up quite nicely. Only a minute 40 on the clock though. Still need to make it through this boundary. Good headshot onto Janus means that front line going to be a problem. Self-destruct comes in, just gets everyone away from this point. Doesn't net any sneaky kills though.
Flower switching over to this Genji, gonna get the pick onto Modern. See what else he can do. He's trying to get to the back line onto Vale. Vale about to have that Deadeye. Flower will have to back away.
Yeah, cute little recall there as Vale. Yep, Deadeye almost up.
Okay.
Will mean the backline dive more possible here from LW Blue with that Genji being added on. As Weeso does get demexed. Self-destruct comes in. Good barrier, saving the life of Janus.
But this means that now, with Weeso gone...
Oh yeah, Kisu as well. He's going to fall off the edge.
This is going to have to be a reset for sure. Well, if they could get the pick onto Miko and bring in the Deadeye from the high ground, that would be one opportunity, but now it's completely recontrolled by LW Blue. That was definitely the idea for FlashLux, is to make that Deadeye super valuable. So they were targeting down Miko, but couldn't quite get those kills there. Honest looking for the sneak attack.
Well, 30 seconds to go. They're going to need some sort of attack here, Wolf.
See what they call out as the target. Probably going to be looking for the pick onto Unis or Vale, or excuse me, Kisu.
Immediate Transcendence, though, to answer this dive on the backline. Sound Barrier is going to be the response from LW Blue. They still have their own Transcendence here and available. They're going to use them staggered in the other ways, as Flower finds himself the first kill onto Unis with this Dragon Blade. Make that a double as both supports are dead. He's going to get himself a mech for his trouble eventually, and Saebyeolbe is going to answer with the kill onto the Diva. LW Blue look to have held. Nicely done, but very close to the end.
Janus has that sneak attack. They force out the Transcendence immediately, knowing that they have it too. The Sound Barrier coming up as well, and then boom, now suddenly Flower has the ability to Dragon Blade against no Transcendence. He's got the pick already, and just cleans them up there. It was looking really scary for a moment as the momentum was really in the favor of FlashLux. It took them a long time to actually capture the payload itself, but once it started moving, it felt like LW Blue was playing with their food a little bit, especially Janus diving in, uncoordinated, using those Primal Rages. But at the end, where it mattered most, they were coordinated for that last defense, and because there wasn't a lot of time bank there for FlashLux, all it took was really one shutdown to end this, to stop the full push.
Well, LW Blue still need to make it a fair way through Kings Row in this Foundry, so it wasn't a full push, but FlashLux did have at least an admirable effort. See what LW Blue can now do on attack. These compositions, looks like LW Blue going back to something very, very more standard. FlashLux opting in for the Reinhardt composition.
Old
Vale
school.
stays on the McCree. Yeah, super old school. I feel like he's gone back in time.
Especially with Vale on the McCree here, so it's going to be very risky, and it's very susceptible to the dive that we're looking to see here from LW Blue. The 2-2-2 dive with Tracer Genji, with the Winston as almost a pseudo DPS to get into the backlines there, draw that Reinhardt shield away, and that gives Luna the opportunity to do a lot of DPS, build up that Transcendence. I'm worried for FlashLux trying to make this comp work, but they definitely look confident on it, not switching any heroes, so Fleta's just meditating.
Yeah, it's going to need to as well, Wolf, because this, as far as the mental game is concerned, is a pretty difficult one for FlashLux. Got to make sure you're in that zen state as best as you can possibly be.
Suppose so. All right, looks like this is really what we're going to be seeing. No, not even a second of Widowmaker here for Flower. He just wants to go straight into the Genji, straight into the dive. It's going to be target selection that's super key for this first push for LW as they come in. They're comp hidden so far. Now that they show it, what can they get done?
FlashLux actually moving behind this corner, getting in towards the hotel. Point pretty much open. Discord Orb goes down onto Flower. He's not going to be able to dive in too easily.
Really good positioning by Modern, actually, just kind of hiding back into this building here, and they actually retake the point as a result.
Oh, Veil, the double headshots on both supports. Great start here from FlashLux on the defense, but it's 2 kills in response as LW Blue answer back.
Oh, now see Modern, once he gets caught, once he actually doesn't have that backbone to help protect him anymore, he's just kind of caught there in the middle, spinning around in circles, and looks to be a pretty early cap here for LW. Look at this barrier, too, to protect Saebyeolbe. See if they can come in and contest. I don't think they're even going to try for it. They don't have the Primal Rage that we saw LW Blue attempt to contest, so a massively faster cap. 3 extra minutes of time here for LW Blue. And their comp was just designed to break this Reinhardt style, and it worked so beautifully for them once they got Saebyeolbe around the corner.
And no flex here from FlashLux as well. They stick with the Reinhardt here for this Streets phase. It's looking so easy for LW Blue so far. They need to change up this composition as Veil is going to try and prove me wrong. Fleta is going to be immediately answered. Is this Deadeye going to be able to get anything? No, unfortunately.
That was a really good angle for Veil, but the immediate reaction from LW Blue, the second they saw that, they just ducked it like gophers jumping into the hole, man.
Yeah.
It was like one of the prairie dogs gave the signal, and they were getting out. Okay, that was a totally wasted Deadeye as a result, but it was really good positioning. It was just a good reaction by LW Blue.
At least FlashLux have been able to get themselves back up here as Flower jumps in with that Dragon Blade. Has to get out as Transcendence comes in for FlashLux, keeping them all alive. They, of course, knew that that ultimate would probably be available, but what cleanup can get done here as the self-destruct flies down, not going to find any kills, as Flower dashes through Kisu on the back end.
That probably means Weeso is going to get taken out on the retreat since he's so committed there, and Veil gets caught as well. Meko gets the kill. Weeso goes down as mentioned, and this push continues. It's similar momentum to what we saw from FlashLux, but they have so much more time to work with. That's the scary part.
4 minutes still remaining on this Streets phase as this payload is most certainly moving quick, as you can see.
Yeah, they're actually
Fish
going
chip shop. Don't even want to pull over the fish and chip shop, Wolf.
Like, no time for stopping.
No time for food.
I said go to the bathroom before we left.
I know, it's triggering me. I'm like going back in time, doing, Dad, or some fish and chips.
Are we there yet?
Well, not
sound
yet.
barrier
They're
already.
Yeah, FlashLux actually using this as an engage tool as barrier comes in to protect them from the self-destruct. Flower in the meantime is going to be able to grab that kill onto Unis though on the back end. Modern has that Earth Shatter. He's looking for an angle, throws it down, but that's not the targets that he was looking for.
Now he's caught. He's just going to go for the Hail Mary charge to see if he can find anything. You can tell he's so frustrated there.
Yeah.
He's just totally isolated. And again, it's not his fault. It's the good play from LW Blue, and FlashLux just can't deal with this dive composition right now. They're getting out position, and you can tell they're a little bit frustrated, almost tilted, it seems, in the booth.
Coordinated as well so much. LW Blue all crashed that point at the same time. Their dive looked fantastic. And they managed to stay spread out enough. So everyone's sort of like creating chaos on the payload, and there were no Earthshatter opportunities that Modern could get himself to. And now that frustration is going to result in a Winston switch up, finally.
The communication is just so much better for LW Blue. Even defensively, when you see things like the Deadeye come down, when you see the Fleta flank, which was a perfect flank, immediately everyone turns attention to Fleta, and suddenly he can't even drop the pulse bomb. He has to back away. And now he's being chased down, in fact, by Meko. May even die here. Gonna have to use the recall.
Nano Boost comes in. Janus is going to be able to pick up the first kill. Flower doing some work here at the same time. I believe that was Modern jumping around like a crazy monkey. Still able to get a couple of kills. Janus with the Primal Rage is able to get some for himself, but seems pretty even as far as the trade is concerned. LW Blue now just regrouping, and Janus saying, well, look, I used my ultimate pretty frivolously last time, I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to grab the kills with it.
FlashLux is going to have one real big chance here to defend now. This is the time where LW Blue, they need to wipe them because they don't have very many ults. All they have is the pulse bomb right now. They're not even getting on the point, and they need to get on this. That was a close call. Now they're going to dive this.
And that is going to be Fleta picking up a kill in response. So Janus is going to fall down very, very far away from this payload. But look at this. They're trying to get that pushed up.
And this is going to be the easiest defense they have because there were no ults. But in the second one, there's a lot to work with for LW Blue. That's going to be the hard defense. They may even have 2 strong pushes like that because of this 3-minute time bank.
And Flower actually switching over to the Soldier as well. Grab that for that last push. LW Blue just wanting to utilize the fact that they do have this choke point for the Soldier to play in.
Yeah, it's very difficult to make the Dragon Blade work in this situation. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Also, a front-to-back composition like this just works so, so well in these corridors.
Okay, this is such a tense moment for FlashLux right now. They still hold on to that Deadeye. Saebyeolbe is looking for one pick to end the game. Arden goes up onto the high ground.
Scouting things out, as you can see. Wanted to get this jump in.
Okay, here's the self-destruct for the initiate now. Saebyeolbe is going to dive the spawn with the pulse bomb, just pushing them away.
No.
They can't get out. They can't get out of the spawn location. That's going to be 4 dead, and that should be game.
Veil the last man standing. The tac fires are just for fun as they boost the payload towards the end, and that is going to be a 2-0 lead now for LW Blue against FlashLux.
We saw signs of life coming out from FlashLux in the first push. It took them a long